Hello everybody, this is Momo from the MomoZone here on YouTube. I hope everybody's having a great day. Today's video is going to be a response to a letter that was sent to me. It was a pretty long letter, so I'm not going to read you the whole letter, but I'll just cut it down to its basic points. It's from a user called Chase. How you doing, Chase? Thank you very much for entrusting your problems with me. Okay, here's the situation, people. Chase is having some internal conflicts, okay? So he's at a point where he doesn't know who to trust. He doesn't know how to talk to people anymore. He doesn't even know who he is. He's listened to so many people's problems and tried to guide them through so many of their problems that at the end of the day, he doesn't know who he is himself. Loss of identity. This happens, you know, when you give yourself to a lot of people. It's the noble thing to do, and it always feels right. You know what I mean? It feels like, wow, I'm doing a good deed. How can anybody, you know, look at it otherwise? You know, and sometimes people just don't realize what's happening when they're becoming energy vampires, you know, and they're taking, and it's not always just your energy. It could be money, your time, your ideas, your girlfriend or boyfriend. It could be a lot of situations. This is a sign where you have to kind of take a step back. You are better off to be practically by yourself most of the week, figuring out what it is you really want to be doing and working on that, than hanging out with a bunch of people that are just really not going to help you advance your life. You said to me that you were 15 years old. 15 years old. I got to tell you, 15-year-olds today are definitely not what 15-year-olds were in my days. You guys are real up to date. You're into technology. You've seen so many things that when I was 15, I would have never seen due to technology. And, you know, you're an open sponge. And you gotta understand that now is the time to build your future. The harder you work now, without feeling that you're robbing yourself of being a kid, you know what I mean? Then the easier you're gonna have it later. So you can have a choice. By the time you're 25, you could be set up in a position that only people can dream of. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is you doing what you want to be doing, because it's not even about money at that stage of the game. You got to love what you're doing, you know, and if you feel that you're giving, and you're not getting back enough, then you need to take a step back for yourself, resource your personal energy, and then, you know, take a look at who you really are and what friends actually have the same goals really in common. Some people just love problems and they attract it like, you know, flies to flypaper. It's like having a ball and chain. They're dragging that black cloud around with them like 24/7. You got to cut that chain. And when you cut that chain, you just feel, oh, wow, it was just that easy. I'll tell you what's easy. You stay home. Stay home and surf on the net and start looking for what you want to figure out what to do. And then you might not feel like this. You just have to change it up. You're better off with a few really great friends, if you're lucky enough to find them in this lifetime, than you are hanging out with 10 or 15 people that you know by name and by association. And I don't really know what that's going to do for you. Take some time for yourself. Solitude is always a great way to reflect on what you're doing. Listen to some good music, sit down by yourself, surf, type in different subjects, stuff that you've always wanted to look at, that you know, you thought you'd never look at. I don't know, I don't know what you're into. Did you like drawing? Type in drawing, type in cartooning, type in advertising. By the way you write, you're not a stupid kid. So I can tell you, you're a really, really good writer and you're really good at expressing yourself, which means go out there and start typing some stuff in the net that you wish you were when you get older, and make it happen now. Start piquing that interest. Start the spark of the stream of fire that you have inside of you, right? That is going to be that burning thing that is going to make you go out there and give your 100% to something that you've committed to. Okay, because commitment is a big thing here. You know what I mean? If you do not commit, okay, then guess what? You're never going to know what it's like to get to the end. Because just before you hit the end, bam, you break off. Speaking about that, breaking off, this applies to your second part of the problem, because this is a two-part problem. You seem to have a problem with some girlfriends. After what you have explained to me and saying that you're back with the girl that you really want to be with, the girl has a bit of a problem regarding depression. There is some suicidal tendencies. Okay, she has it hard at home. She's a bit of an outcast, and you really want to help her, and you find that it's really hard, and you don't know, how to make her feel positive and that she's not alone. This is always a very tough situation, because I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm a person who has just been through a lot of ups and downs in my life. I'm at the highest point of my life I have ever been. I am really happy. I am self-made. I have applied every single trick that I have used to do whatever I have done. I'm sharing it with you guys one episode at a time, one example at a time. And it's important to understand that you have to believe in yourself. When somebody doesn't feel good about themselves, it's very hard to believe in yourself. And when you have somebody like you, for instance, who are saying, baby, everything's going to be all right, don't worry, it's going to be all right, then the first thing that person is going to want to say is, no, it is not going to be all right. How do you win against something like that? When people don't know what it is they really want to do with their life, and they haven't picked something, especially when you're younger like that, is what's going to cause that whole confusion, because of the expectations of the parents, because of the expectations of maybe the family, and there's all different kinds of people that have different kind of expectations to come up to, especially when you're like 15. This is like truly one of the hardest ages. You guys are so evolved for 15 right now, but you're still 15. And according to the law and according to everything else, that rule will apply to you. That applies to 15-year-olds. I think she needs to find something that she really enjoys doing. I don't know whether she's into art, drawing, whatnot, but I believe in the power of art. I believe that art is calming. I believe that art is creative in the form where you can get to put yourself into something that you can call your own, which then builds an independent feeling. And when you get that independent feeling, you feel like an original. And when you feel like an original, you can walk around with your head up high, feel proud, and understand that you're able to fit into your own bubble, yet still be accepted. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the work. It was interesting. Today, I had a friend of mine who came by, and he was telling me he wanted to read, he was writing a book, and da-da-da. Oh, how long is that? He doesn't know how long it's going to take, and da-da-da. It might take a whole long time. And I said, well, I look at things in a different way. I said, why don't you just tell yourself by the end of the week, you'll just have written a chapter? And I says, and what's important is the time that you do things in. You don't sacrifice the quality. You won't sacrifice the quality because you have a high aesthetic. So I know that no matter what you do, you're going to make it happen just as great, just as hot. You have more edge, more of a thrill. It becomes more of a personal contest and a challenge to yourself. But the work gets done and you go beyond your barrier only because you've taken time, you've given it a limit, and you said, I'm going to do this between here and here, right? And then you get instant results. By the end of the week, you have a result as something you'd like to do. Anything you wanted to do, you can go on the internet, find a way or something that's going to show you how to do it that won't cost you a penny, okay, inspire your direction, and go ahead and do that. So this is the kind of approach. One of the things I'm going to be showing to a lot of people on the Accelerator Tour, how to go out and grab your dream right there on the internet. God, we have this kind of amazing tool. People just have to understand how to use it to their advantage beyond email and just straight up communication. I really do hope that you feel better, and if you can hear me, or and you happen to be watching this, whoever you are, young female, I'm sending you some really great vibes, and I would love to talk to you, and I can show you maybe how to look at yourself in a different way and energize yourself. You just got to find the strong points. You got to stop looking at the bad points, and you got to look at the good points. Everybody's got them. Everybody's got them. Okay, so don't forget that. I want to wish everybody a really, really happy New Year, and thank you, Chase, for writing me that amazing letter. And I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch and write. You guys rock. So, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Peace out.